How about now? Can you hear me now? I'm sorry, guys. It was my bad. Um, can you guys hear me now? Is it audible now? Anyone in the chat? I really appreciate your response here. Is it audible now? I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Let me see. Okay. Okay, I think it should be audible now. Oh, okay, okay. Let me see. So now is it audible? Let's see. Let's look at the markets. Okay, looks like going up, but this is going to be this is turning out to be a very choppy day. So let's see how it goes. But I would like to go long over here on the median line, that is 773. But let's see. So far, bulls, to their credit, they are doing very well in sustaining the prices, because given the way we closed on Friday, it should have gone massively down. But we don't have a major news event, so let me see if I can take a stab long over here. So yep. So let's see. Yep, I took a stab long over here. I don't know why it is replicating only on 4 accounts. Let me. Oh, okay. It didn't. It was not able to fill. Okay, so I took a stab long. So now the position is in my favor. Let me see if I can, if the price can go down more and fill out the entire, because one account didn't fill. Not sure why. Let me see. Looking to book my profit. Okay, perfect. So which one is this? Okay. So if I go to this, the groups are fine. Not sure why all the accounts are not in sync, but yeah, booked almost 200 in profit right now. The reason why I did this is because over the median line over here, I went long at 68, that is 768, and the bulls are holding up fine as of now. So that's the reason why I went long. It was almost uh, 68 and 88, so almost 20 points on micro contracts, and I just booked the profit, as you can see. And the very reason I did it is because it was a really good scalp. Let me show you the reason as well. So if you look at over here, bulls are holding up very well right now. So uh, it when it touched the 68 level over here, I just took a long, and right now it's holding up fairly fine. But as you can see, we are still in the 15-minute range, so it is an extreme chop zone right now. There is no clear trend as of now. The only benefit of doubt that goes to the bulls is the market is not going down, so that's the only benefit of doubt. But I would be very cautious at this levels, right? Yes, small trades here and there, it's good, but I'm looking for a good pullback and then going long. So that's my thesis. And also delta has stalled, so delta is not going up right now, and let me show you that as well, right? So you can see over here, the delta is just holding up. It is not going up, not going down, and you can see the price is failing to close above the first standard deviation. So this is probably not a good sign. So I'm looking for a good pullback. Okay, perfect. So I just got a confirmation that sound is good. So thanks, my friend. And yep. So now let's see what happens. Right now I'm just sitting ideal and analyzing the markets. As you can see, let me also show you the liquidity map. So on the liquidity map, this was a heavy liquidity level, and so far the market is failing to close above this thing. So what we need is a confirmation. So let's see. Right now we are, to be really honest with you, right now looking at the or assessing the situation, right now the markets are in the no man's land, as as far as intraday is concerned, because we are still in the starting 15-minute range, and looking at all the matrix, it is just chopping around. We have a big news around 8, so there is a lot of time. QQQ is also holding up fairly well. So yeah, right now we are just going sideways and chopping around. Let me know if you want to see any specific screen that I have shown you. I'll be more than happy to um, show you those things, because I look at a lot of data. So just if you have any request to uh, see any screens that I am showing specifically, then put that in the chat and I would love to show you. So far, everyone with me? Anyone in the chat has any questions, any thoughts? Are you guys intraday traders or anything like that? Feel free to put your thoughts or questions in the chat. Okay, looks like it wants to break out, so let's see. Delta looking good. Okay, broke out, so I am thinking of going long. So let's see. It is a good breakout. Delta is also breaking out, so if I zoom out, you can see over here, now I'm just waiting for the pullback or any sort of opportunity where I can go long. So 800 seems to be good level. So let me see. But it won't be a bad idea to go long here as well. So let me put my limit order around 802, which happens to be the 15-minute range. So let's see. Looks like I'm very close to being filled, but okay, I just got filled. And let's see. So on the closing basis, I went long on 802, and my target is around 812, which is $100. So let's see. Basically, what we need to trust is the closing candles, not the uh, the candles which are still forming. So I just wanted a good entry point, and so far looks stable. My target is 812. I entered at 802. So let's see how this position falls up. And looks like we are going to get filled, but let's see. I'm okay to let this trade run, but I just wanted to book the profits over here. And the only reason is um, we are we have not got us appropriate pullback in the session. So I just want to grab whatever I can get. So let's see how it plays out. So far the price action is holding up well. So if you see over here, uh, which is this one, so far it is holding up well. So I just want my target to get hit at 812. uh, so let's see. Okay, as you can see over here, the target got hit, so I'm out of my trade, and I just booked my profit. And the reason why I booked my profit is because this is the start of a session, and I don't want to go for home runs. I want to go for ones and twos, small wins, consistent wins. That is all I want to go through. So as you can see, all the trades are replicated across the 5 accounts, and that's where I'm coming from. So you can see over here, if you go to today, this is where I went long on 802, and this is where I booked my profits, and this was the time and this was the price. So this is the exact levels. Looks like we are getting a heavy breakout. So let's look at that. So we broke out right now heavily, and it's almost 840 in the price. But the problem is we are approaching this resistance level over here. So we have to be mindful of these levels. So that the reason why I went long over here is, as I told you, this is the 15-minute range, right? And if this 15-minute range got tested over here, and it got tested over here again, so this is why I wanted to get a good 5 to 10 points on the breakout. So already got that, but salt on the injury is it went again high, and it tested the pivot level, that is the resistance level. But the reason why I'm not anxious, and the reason why I'm not emotionally drained, is because I don't care. The My job as a trader is to get consistent wins and small wins, so with a very low risk. So that's my thinking thesis about it. But as you can see, if I would have kept it, then it would be very good. But yeah, it's 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 the daily thought process of a trader who trades every day. So this is how it's going. Any questions, any concerns, any thoughts so far? Do you want to look at the liquidity? Let me show you the liquidity. So this is the liquidity charts, and you can see over here we had a really nice breakout of this liquidity zone that is sitting on 800, and since then the next high level is around 850, but it's not that big. So let's see. Delta is also holding fairly well. Price is making higher high, and delta is also making higher high. So how do I know that? So let me see. Oh, you guys get disturbed from the chat, man. Okay, let me do something about it. YouTube chat and this disable. Okay, so now it should be fairly visible. I mean, the visibility of the chart should be good now. Okay, so let me show you the future levels. So right now it is looking as if the pivot level, this that is 850, is acting as a good resistance, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna start shorting over here. All it means is there is a heavy liquidity sitting over here and I need to be mindful of it. So there is a good 5 point play, but looking at the intensity of each candle. So let me show you this thing. Why am I not shorting over here? So this is right vertical, so you can see over here this is a 23 point candle, and then this is the 33 point candle. So ideally at this R1 resistance level, ideally we should get a small pullback, right? 5-10 points. But looking at the intensity of these candles, it is really strong candles, and the delta is also holding up fairly well. So I would wait for things to play out. So we just got an end of this candle, and if you want, I can go short on around 852 or something. But right now, as you can see, the price is above the 15-minute range. All the EMAs are below. So right now there is no reason to be impatient and start shorting it. So I would rather wait for good confirmation signals, and then decide where I want to go. But to be honest, 5 points, 10 points, 15 points is way better and way good than trying to hit for the home runs. So that's my thesis. Any thoughts, guys, in the live stream? If you have any questions, if you want to discuss something specific regarding my setup and everything, please feel free to put in the chat, and I would love to answer any questions. And if you want to see some specific things, for example, if let's say if you want to see how cumulative delta is doing over here, then you can see that price is making higher high, and delta is also making higher high. So ideally for the intraday trend, we are in an uptrend. There is no doubt about that. So yeah, any thoughts, any questions, chat? So let's see how the volume profile is doing. Okay, so volume profile is above all the major liquidity zones over here. So you can see all the high volume nodes, the price is already above it. So the next resistance in terms of volume is around 900. So let's see if it can test the 900s. I'm getting a feeling that during the entire day it should test the 900 level, but the sell off from the Friday, that is this candle, was so huge that I'm pretty skeptical today, and that is why I want to remain extremely cautious regarding today's price action. So let's see. And also the R1 pivot level is not holding up fairly well. So let's see. This is the 5-minute chart in terms of delta. This is the volume profile chart of the 5 minutes, right? As you can see over here. So we are getting a good pullback, looks like. So as you can see over here, we are getting a good pullback from the R1 level. So the significance of these lines is really evident from this thing, like these R1 pivot line, that is this pivot indicator. It's not like some random line in the chart. It holds these kind of resistance, and this is why I am extremely cautious regarding this. So let's see how the market behaves over here. But since this is the first resistance of the day, it cannot be regarded as a very strong resistance. So um, I can also look on QQQ charts to see what's going on, but QQQ is always QQQ is already above the resistance. So let me show you what I mean over here. So if you go to this thing, right? So QQQ is already above the resistance zone. So this is kind of a gridlock situation where I'm not willing to go long, but I am not willing to go short either. So um, that's where I'm coming from. So right now the benefit of doubt should go to bulls, but I'll see how things turn out. um, on the daily chart, we don't have a lot of resistance over here until 900 level. So let's see. And here is the liquidity. I don't see any strong liquidity until 900. So 900 we have a liquidity, but over here it seems the price action is failing to close above 850 zone. So let me see. If it gives consecutive closes below the 850 level, then I will short. So let's see. Any thoughts so far, people in the chat? Any questions that I can answer? Anything that I can show? Feel free to put down in the chat. I'm not sure if my chat is working or not. I'm not seeing any chats. Like, what's going on? Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so looks like, let me go into the comments section. Okay, cool. So far holding up pretty well, holding up pretty tight, approaching the resistance of 850. Looks like it wants to breach very badly, but we need to be cautious on these levels. A good 5 to 10 point short is a good opportunity, but since this is the first resistance level, I'm kind of hesitant. Let me see if I can grab. Okay, so delta is holding up fairly well, and let me show you that. So over here you can see price action is going up, but delta is also holding up fairly well over here. So as long as we are not getting any divergence, I'm not comfortable shorting right now. I don't know why, but that's the thesis right now. If it fails to close above these levels, then I'll short. So let me show you which level. This is the exact level. So if it fails to close consecutively above these levels, only then it makes sense to short. So, and from the news standpoint, we don't have anything till 8 o'clock. So news standpoint, everything is good unless Trump tweets anything and spooks the market. So let's see. Okay, looks like we are failing to close above the 850 zone. Let me try and grab a short over here for 5 or 10 points. Let me see. But price action, I'll tell you honestly, it is holding fairly well. I'm just waiting for the closing basis. So all right, so let's let this candle close. We can go short around 852 or something like that. Since this resistance is holding up, I'll keep my stop loss very tight, because over here the trend is already up, so it doesn't make sense for me to keep a higher stop loss. But yeah, waiting for this thing to show me the real trend. The 5-minute candle is about to close, and I'm trying to grab a good level to short. So let's see. Ideal would be 852, but 848 is also not bad. So okay, I just put the limit order for 852. Let's see how it responds with 5 micro contracts. My target is 5 to 10 points, so it's not like way more, but I just want to test if this resistance level holds on. So I just put my limit order. Let's see if I get filled. Looks like it is holding fairly well. Let me see. Okay, so I just went short. My target is only 5-10 points, and let's see how it behaves. I'm going to get out at 842, that is around 6 points. Ideally the fluctuation should give me that price target, but let's see. I've already set my limit order, so you can see on the screen if it hits or not. Perfect. So the target order got executed, the profit is booked, and now you can see that it is still going down, but not that heavily. So I could have made more, but happy with base hits, right? This is what I told you, like base hits. I don't aim for home runs. I aim for 50, 100, $200 trades, and even if I can take 2 to 3 trades a day, way more than enough, right? So discipline is something is very, very essential, right? And okay, so thank God. Okay, so basic question: are you using VWAP and volume charts to analyze price action and confirm trends? Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. So, as I showed you, I use volume profile, I use VWAP, and I use price action to confirm that thesis, right? So we need confirmations, right? So if VWAP is telling me something, if a volume is telling me something, then the price action should tell me the exact same thing. There shouldn't be any divergence, right? So that's why I confirm. So let me show you what do I mean over here, right? So if you see this screen, right, left vertical. So this is the median line that you see over here is the VWAP, right? And all the other lines is the standard deviation, that is first standard deviation, second standard deviation, and third standard deviation. And the bottom portion of the screen is the cumulative delta. So when I see that price is in the uptrend, when I see that the VWAP is in the uptrend, I also want to confirm through the volume. So if I show you the volume on the daily chart, you can see over here that the high volume node for the yesterday's session, that is Friday's session, was this, right? And over here it is going up, but I don't have big resistance, because the price was around 850, and you can see it is above all the previous days high volume nodes. So normally what happens is markets tend to move from one high liquidity zone to other high liquidity zone. So that is how the price discovery happens. So and then I confirm that with the price action. So you can see over here, what did the price action tell me? In the first 15 minutes, this is the 15-minute range. So the top of the 15-minute range, bottom of the 15-minute range, and the median line. So when it broke out, right, I took a long over here at 802. And then over here, when it approached the resistance level, I saw that the price action is not able to consistently, close above this line, right? So that is why I went short, right? And now I don't care if it breaks and goes up, because I'm already out of the position, right? So this is how I get multiple confirmation from at least. So for me, my rule is I need to have three strong reasons of going into a trade. So that three strong reasons can come from VWAP, it can come from volume profile, or it can come from price action, right? But at this level, the price action, since I have seen the Nasdaq since past 4 years continuously, now like price action behaves in a particular fashion, and that fashion I have recognized. And this is why I'm telling you, like, if this breaks out, then this is going to happen. If this doesn't hold up, this is going to happen. So all those scenarios are actually coming from the experience, right? So those experience help me a lot when you actually mention price action. So I hope that answers your question. But yeah, these are my thoughts regarding your questions. So first of all, shout out to Satish for asking questions. So thank you. Fifth Nail says, hey there. So thank you. Thanks for joining. And glad to have you on board. So yeah, so that's what is happening in my mind. And this is why I wanted to share the decision making process, so how I make decisions. So let me show you also the liquidity chart. So now you can see over here, we are just holding on, like going on sideways. And now the velocity of the markets have taken a breather. So you can see over here, we are just going sideways right now. So let's see if it can break above. But to be honest with you, like, we are already Okay, so now you see over here, if I go one level up, there is a resting liquidity at 900. So over here, there is a resting liquidity spotted. So till this level, so till 900 level, we don't have a big resistance. So keep keep this in mind, right? The advantage about of using this software is I can locate where the liquidity is um, across the entire order book. So you can see over here, if you even if you use level 2 data, you can only have 10 or 15 levels of depth of the order book. But now over here, this data is directly coming from the exchange, and I can actually go 150 200 points above the current market price to see where the big players, where the big liquidity is consistently visible. So that's the beauty of this software. I mean, I love the feature that you can actually see where the big players are and where are the resting orders being existed, because all this liquidity means these are the limit orders, right? Limit orders waiting to get filled. But the market orders are not, so there are a lot of order types, right? So these are the passive sellers. And markets move because of aggressive market participants. So how can I know the aggressive market participants? That is shown by the bubbles. So over here, these bubbles signify the aggressive market action. So all the trades that take place by aggressive market participants is what I look for. So let me show you the 60-minute range over here. So yeah, so over here, this white line is VWAP. We are way above VWAP, and so far holding pretty well, right? And same is true for QQQ as well. So if you go over here, QQQ is also way above the resistance level of 528. So yeah, so far bulls are holding fairly well, and for the entire day we have 1.24% upside on the QQQ. So far everything looking good, unless it isn't. So okay, Satish is asking what's the name of the software where you're seeing the liquidity chart. So yeah, let me show you that. So this is a software called as Bookmap. Bookmap is the name of the software, and Bookmap is the name of the software. So you can use, so this software supports, so there is two things, right? uh, the way to visualize the information from the exchange plays a crucial role in my decision making, right? When you are a day trader, you want to see the information in such a way that you can easily, juice out the meaningful information out of it, right? So if you know the order flow concepts, right? The bid ask, footprint, right? So this software gives you a very good understanding of where the market participants are, right? So the name of the software is Bookmap. So Bookmap, this is the logo, and you can search for it. So this Bookmap supports a lot of instrument. It supports crypto. It has the support for stocks. It has the support for futures, which I'm currently right now trading. So a lot of instrument it supports. I am yet to create a detailed tutorial to actually configure and how to set this up. And mind you, just to tell you a basic, it's very costly, right? This software is like almost $100 per month or something, and you pay other amount for the data for to directly get it from the exchange, and also that too on a minimum latency. So the latency is very very low for this thing. And mind you, if you want to install this software, you need to have a very good machine. I mostly prefer maxed out spec MacBook Pro, because it is going to take a lot of processing cycles and RAM and everything. So I just have one instrument loaded, that is Nasdaq contract over here, but still I have a spec'd out Max laptop. So it's a M2 Max, 96 gigs RAM and everything, right? Still, when I zoom out and when I do all sorts of things, it still takes a lot of time to load, because that is the level of intensity of data, the latency of data, um, all those things come into play. So processing is very extensive, but on the other hand, it gives me an immense information advantage, and that is why I use this software, right? So yeah, it works for both stocks, crypto, futures, but I presumably, like, I trade only futures. So yeah, let me know if you I can do a separate live stream to actually show people how to set it up, what plans to choose, from where can you get the data, because there are 3 to 4 exchanges in US. So you want to have best complete set of data, right? In order to make decisions. So yeah, but brace yourselves. I'm also designing and working on a brand new course on trading, which involves all of these basics and technical knowledge. So yeah, I'm working on that, but you'll when I launch it, I will surely let you guys know. And please turn your notifications on, so that any new development on this channel you can get notified. So I hope that answers your question, my friend. All right, so let me show you the 5-minute charts again and see where we are. So right now markets are just going up like crazy. So this is one of the unique sites to see. So from since last 15 to 20 candles, we have not seen even a single red candle. This is pretty unique. So in last 40 minutes, there has never been one red candle. So this is pretty unique. But yeah, I am pretty cautious at this level, especially when you are up 1.25% in a day, on Nasdaq contracts. Right now we have 1.3%. So you know let's be extremely cautious. Hope you guys are having good morning and having your morning breakfast. So the only resistance that I can see, so on the charts there is no resistance. So on the charts you can see the pivot level is way above. There is no resistance over here, but this is where the bookmap software shines, because on the bookmap I can see that there is a resistance at 900. So 900 is also supposed to be a psychological resistance, right? But let's see how it goes. Let's check delta, how delta is performing. So over here you can see delta is holding up fairly well. So price action is going up, but as at the same time delta is also going up over here. So it is being backed by aggressive buyers. So that is a good thing. So far I'm not seeing any divergence between price and delta or price and volume. So far everything looks balanced. So just to give you a summary of today, I took only 3 trades today, I guess 2 to 3 trades, but as you can see over here, yeah, 3 trades, and all of them base hits, $200, $100. So yeah, total PNL for today is 365, and that is replicated across 5 accounts. So yeah, not bad day so far, not bad day. Right, let me change the screen. Okay, so that's where we are. So let me also, since there is no big resistance on the technical charts, let me show you this book map so that you get a clear idea where we are coming from and where we are going. So over here you can see that on 900 we have a massive resistance, on this line. And also if you look at the order book, right, in the order book there is a heavy spike of volume over here, right? So that is where we are, that is where, the we are right now approaching. So right now we are in the nervous 80s. So 880 or 870 is always nervous zone, because if 880 holds, then definitely we are going to touch 900. So that's coming from my experience. But yeah, that's what is going on. Looking at the daily chart, we might have crossed Friday's closing basis. Okay, so right now we are having a really good green candle. On the daily chart, there is no resistance above unless we break 900. So after 900, there can be a good resistance, that is prior top, that is prior high. So if you look at the trend, right, this was the downtrend, right? Then we started this uptrend. This can be considered a higher low. And for this uptrend to continue, we need to breach this prior high to make a higher high. So that higher high would be 22,222. So on the daily chart, we have this situation. So just wanted to be mindful of that. Any other questions from the chat? Any thoughts, that I can help and, that I can answer? I would love to. Also, let me show you this left screen, that is this. So far delta is holding up fairly well. We have not yet tested the second standard deviation. So this second standard deviation is sitting around 912, 21,912. So let's see. Right now we are in the nervous 80s. 80s is a zone where price can actually fall, and if it holds, then 900 is inevitable. So the way I play it is, I'm kind of just waiting and seeing how markets behave. But we got early 2 to 3 quality trades, so that was a good grab. It was against my psychology. I thought first we should get a good digestion and then we should get a pop, but it just went on straight up. So that's market for you guys. Markets never fail to amaze. So so since we don't have any resistance over here, let me check the 5-minute chart. Okay, 5-minute charts look good. Let me go to 60-minute volume bar. That looks good. Let me see the hourly VWAP. Okay, this is daily. So in the daily, this is the only resistance zone over here. The high volume node is over here, and right now we are almost approaching that level. So 900 level will be a good point to decide what to do. I might grab a 5-10 points trade on the short side, but I'll show you and I'll let you know if I take it. So looks like we are approaching 890s. So let's see. I'm more interested in shorting around 912, but let's see. for a quick 5-10 points, and then we close for the day. So let's see. Right now there is no indication of weakness. Delta is holding up fairly well. Trying to create an inverted hammer over here. Wow, okay. It might test the 5-day EMA over here around 68 to 64. But I am kind of skeptical. Like, I want the price to go to 900 and then short, because at this level it's really, markets are really strong right now. So let's see how it behaves. Testing the 68 zone over here. The 5-day EMA is right below over here. So, and we are also approaching the news event. The news event is on 8 o'clock, and after that 8 o'clock, yeah, consumer inflation expectations is going to get released. So not that big of a deal, but it has the ability to spook the markets, because you never know. The news event may be small, but the reaction of the market to that news might not be small. So we need to, be mindful of that. Looks like a healthy digestion. Let's see what happens. So this is, the most challenging part. Like, people need to understand, at least I uh, got this thing very late in my life. Like, trading is a lot about patience, right? Waiting for the right setups, waiting for the markets to give you high probability trades, right? As you can see, uh, the all the three trades that I made, right? Not all of them are even more than a minute, right? So you want your trades to, be right immediately, and then get out of that, right? um, 80 to 90% of the time the trader waits for the right setup. So looks at the screen, does nothing. But doing nothing takes a lot of patience, right? Takes a lot of mental discipline, right? All the urges of being on a trade continuously, and continuously scalping, that is not how trading works, right? We need to wait for high quality setups and then execute on it, right? So just wanted to put that out there. Like, we need to wait for right setups. So for me, I'm just tracking liquidity zones right now. So let me show you what I mean over here. So over here you can see that there is the liquidity zone is around 900. So 900, like below 900 I won't be comfortable in shorting, but above 900 we can think of shorting. But right now, the cumulative delta, the price action, everything is bullish. So I would be very cautious. Even if I go short, I will be out by 5-10 points. Yes. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. It is a rare commodity. And it is not that people are not intelligent. It is because the people cannot alter or change their behavior and be disciplined. Analytics, we all are engineers. Analytics, we can learn it, and very quickly. Okay. I'm not doing anything rocket science, but what is actually the unique ability is to wait for the right goddamn setup, right? That is very important. And I learned this by in a hard way. I lost a lot of money and that is how this, calm, patient, nature came from. Like I saw at every ending of the session that, hey, why did I do this mistake? This doesn't make sense. But then the only answer that I got is I was impatient, and that, you know, uh, desire to, trade continuously and take unnecessarily trades, that is very, crucial, and that drains you a lot of mental capital, and as well as, the actual capital. So, and it's not like I am not taking the trades, right? Like you can see over here, this is my execution screen. After the start of this live stream, we already took 3 trades today, right? You can see over here we took 3 trades, and all of them were, by God's grace, was successful, right? But you can see those are very high specific trades, right? So it's not that I'm not trading, right? It's just that I willing to have a favorable risk to reward ratio, right? Is my trade a 5-star trade? Is my trade an A plus setup, right? That is where, you know a real trader is made, right? So I want to put this out there, for the people watching, that, you may not get the trade of your day in the first 2 hours, right? And that is completely fine, right? As long as you are making and taking really good trading decisions, you have 8 or 7 hours trading sessions, right? So waiting for that is very, very important, right? Yeah. Enough of the psychology lesson. I just wanted to update you that we almost breached, 900, so we are very close to 900 levels. So keep a close eye. It almost came down to 894, and right now it is retrieving back. So just wanted to, keep this thing in mind. So looks like 900 is acting as a good resistance level over here, and continuously we are forming upper wicks. So let me show you what I mean over here. So right vertical. So we are continuously forming this long wicks over here. Wicks meaning the body of the candle is way small than where it opened, right? So you can see like we are continuously forming this wicks, so which is not good, which means that there is passive sellers present, on these zones. But that doesn't mean I should, start shorting over here. That only means that I need to wait for this 900 level of liquidity. So let me show you that. So over here, since past 722, this level has a resting liquidity which is way bigger, so I need to wait for that 900 level. I might grab a 5 to 10 point trade shorting over here, but I don't want to take that risk. I want to short it, at the resistance. So let's see if we get that resistance or not. Right now looks like the sellers are dominant, but yeah, as per my plan, as per my discipline, I'm supposed to short over here. So that is how, I'll wait for the prices to, confirm that thesis. And now we also have, so if you see over here, we have the first red tick in the delta. So delta is also giving us some clues of, what is happening. So that's a good sign over here, as you can see. Okay, yeah. Patience is the most valuable and rare commodity. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I learned the hard way, but this is what it is. Lesson learned. So I heard a very good quote, like, mistakes can, cost you thousands, but lesson learned can bring back millions. So this is how I think. There's a price to pay, for each mistakes, all my decisions has consequences, so I need to be very mindful of that. All right, so looks like delta is weakening, and I would love to take a short at a retest. So I want the prices to retest 900, and then we decide uh, where to short. But right now the 5-day EMA is holding up and fairly well, and let's see on the closing basis if it can close below the 5-day EMA, because right now that 5-minute candle is on the middle of 5 minutes, right? So, and let me show you what I mean over here, right? um, yeah, now you should be able to see the 5-minute chart and the indicators. So looks pretty clean, right? Like my setup doesn't have any rocket indicators or any complex things. Only 2 to 3 indicators, right? Pivot points, 5 EMA, 26 EMA, and a VWAP. That's it. And then this is the horizontal line, that is 15-minute range. That's all I have on the 5-minute chart. So the way I keep it simple is because it helps me in decision making. So I hope you can see it, and if not, then you can also zoom it and do all sorts of things, but just wanted to make sure that you get a good resolution. I have kept it to 1080p, but yeah, it should be visible. I plan to stream in 4K, but I'm trying to figure out technically how to do that. So but yeah, expect 4K streams in future for sure, for those who cannot see it nicely. Looks like we are pulling back, but this is the first pullback, so cannot be trusted. Wait for the retest, and then I would love to go short. So I will wait for the retest for sure. 888 or 900 would be ideal for taking a small short. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's see, because this 5-minute zone can hold pretty well. Like on what we are supposed to see is the closing, on a closing basis. So that's where I'm coming from, but the theme of the day is bullish. There's no doubt about that. Okay, so let me show you this then. Okay, perfect. And you can see very clearly that this is the zone which is holding up nicely, and right now we are trying to challenge that zone by going into 880 level, but let's see how successful the markets are in doing that. I just zoomed out for better visibility so that you guys know what's going on. We also have news in 5 minutes, so there is a very high chance that it will test 900, and the news is over here. So you can go to the trading view, and you can go to today's section in the economic calendar, and you can see over here that 8 o'clock in 4 minutes and 11 seconds we have news. So whenever there is news, I tend to let the markets take the news and digest it, and then I will do my trading, right? So because there is no point in going into the news, going on with a position when you know that the news is coming, right? So let let the markets handle the volatility for us, and then we can decide after that volatility is getting digested what to do. So that's my 2 cents. I normally don't take I'm never in the position before the news. I'm always in the position after the news. So this is how I think about markets. So let's see, 3 minutes, and there is a look, there is a very high chance that we can get a good pop from 900. So I'll wait and I'll show you, like, if I'm in the position, if I, you know, put a limit order, I'll definitely show you and share the entire screen so that you know what emotions I'm going through when my PNL is fluctuating, what thoughts I'm going through, and I'll go through everything. So yeah, this is exactly why I do live streams, so that people know how and real trading works. So that's my effort, for people to know. But so far markets are holding fairly well, and because there is a news in 2 minutes and 22 seconds, liquidity is also drying up. So let's see. Any questions so far? Any concerns, any thoughts? You can leave down that in the chat. And oh, thank you. Fifth Nail says, hey, cool, very cool. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Satish says it's visible. So okay, perfect, perfect. Thanks for confirming that, because for me it's very easy to see, but I just want to make sure that everybody who is live streaming, understands and sees it perfectly. I thought the resolution was bad, but yeah. Oh man, I'm really humbled. Thank you, man. I just want to be as authentic as possible, and I want to show what real trading actually is and what thought process we go through our minds, and how actual money is made. So that's why it's my humble effort to share genuine financial knowledge. There are a lot of other YouTubers who live stream their trades, and this is just my effort to be transparent and answer as many questions as possible. So yeah, man, thank you, Satish. It means a lot. uh, you know your feedback means a lot. Thank you. Okay, so chat, we need to be very aware and alert, because there is a news in 26 seconds. So let's see how the market reacts. I'm gonna zoom out, and you can see the resistance is at 900, and the support, I don't see a nearby support. The nearby support is near the VWAP, that is around 800. So the range is very high, like. So let's see. Okay, looks like going up. So news is already released. So you see the spike in the volume over here because of the news. So this is what I was talking about. So over here you can see that this news is released. So QQQ also going up, but I would love to see the retest of 900, because that is where the actual liquidity is, and that is where we gonna decide what's going on. So let's see. Right now I'm very itchy, feeling very itchy to short it over here, but what my discipline says is I need to wait for the confirmation, and I need to wait for the retest. So let's see if we get a retest of 888 or 900, and then we decide how the markets are reacting and how the markets are trading. All right, so the first minute of the news was, it tested the 886 range. So just so that you know, this is my trading terminal, and this is what I see in terms of order book, right? So it fluctuates, and these are my normal settings. This is my volume, right? and these are the 5 accounts that I have. Looks like we'll be testing 900 for sure, because it's right now it's strong, and looks like it's going to test that red zone that I told you, which is, you know, the heavy liquidity zone around 900. So let me show you that as well. So you see the red zone over here, this is the you know, high liquidity zone. So yep, let's see how it plans out. So far price action is holding up, but not the delta. So let me show you. So this is a classic case of emerging divergence. So let me show you the left screen. Okay, so you can see over here, let me enlarge it so that people know. So you can see price is trying to make new high, okay, but at the same time the delta is not making a new high. So the passive sellers are, you know, present in a good quantity, because you can see over here this is cumulative delta, and if this cumulative delta is not going high with the price, so the price tested 888 almost around here, right? And the same thing delta is not doing, right? So this tells me that the weakness has started to become evident, right? So this tells me that, you know, I need to be cautious, you know, when going long, because I'm not getting the confirmatory signal from delta, right? Now I may be wrong, but at least I have a data point which tells me that you need to be cautious, right? So this is why I keep this multiple layouts, so that I get a good understanding of how the delta is, you know, reacting with the correlation of the price, right? So that's where I'm coming from. But if it closes, you know, above this 888 level, then definitely it's gonna test 900. So let me show you that. So as you can see over here, we are just doing time pass in this range, right? So this is the range that we are doing time pass. So I'm not very interested in taking any position as of now. I will be interested when it hits the resistance level over here, or if the price action breaks the structure. So I will be interested if the price action breaks the structure. So if it closes below 862, then that would be a good short. So let's see how it happens. Yes, so a delta is volume analysis, but the way delta is created is volume is. So let me explain what is that. So what is volume? Volume is the transaction between the buyers and sellers. But delta, on the other hand, is the transaction of the bid and ask, you know, hitting. So if the volume has occurred on the ask, then it means that the buyers are paying a premium, right? And if the volume has occurred on the bid, it means the sellers are really aggressive. So there is a huge difference between normal volume and delta. Delta gives you the difference between the transactions which are occurred on the bid and transactions which are occurred on the ask. So let me see what's the question. Good uptrend is price up and high volume. Yes, that is correct. But the problem is, whenever there is a good uptrend and whenever there is high volume, right? You never know from where it is going to reverse. So that is exactly why delta comes into play. So let me show you what I mean over here, right? uh, it would be a good order flow class, right? So let me show you exactly what is happening in the markets right now. So this is the actual order book of the Nasdaq markets, right? So this side is the bid side, okay, and this side is the ask side, right? Now if the volume is transacting, right, you can see currently the markets are on, right? So the what delta tells me is how many transactions have occurred on the bid and how many transactions have occurred on the ask. But since I am a human and I cannot do it in the milliseconds like what the markets are doing, so I let this indicator, that is cumulative delta, to calculate in real time, like what is the number of transactions that have occurred on the bid and what is the number of transactions that have occurred on the ask. So that's how I get an information like who is dominant, right? So when I see that the delta over here is weak and when I see the price is also weak, then I get a confirmation that okay, now the information is correct, and with the confirmation, right? So that's the difference. So I would highly recommend you to take a order flow class to understand the huge difference between the trading at bid and trading at ask and all those things, so that you understand why I'm not crazily putting importance to normal volume, and why am I giving a lot of importance to the difference in the volume. Because remember, the ultimately it is going to come down to supply and demand, right? So we need to consider the factors which are affecting the supply and demand directly, right? So that is where it's coming from. So this is the live order book that is happening right now, just to give you a perspective, right? And over here I have the total of each buy and sell side liquidity, right? So I have this data which is evident, and I have paired that with the volume. So this is your normal volume, right? This side is your normal volume, but the delta is shown over here. So over here you can see the price is going down, but at the same time delta is also going down. But you can see that when price made a high over here, delta didn't make the same high over here. So to make this evident, let me show you this. So now you can see over here the price made higher high, like almost a high, new high over here, but delta didn't make that high, right? So this is why I'm keeping a close eye on cumulative delta as opposed to other indicators, right? I hope that answers your question, my friend. And even if it doesn't, don't worry, I'm going to create a detailed explanation video which I'm designing the course right now. So you will get all the basics, everything. I'm trying to do some whiteboard thing where I'm discussing things in basics, so you will understand what I'm speaking, right? So don't worry. But yeah, this is the basic difference of what any order flow trader would confirm this. So yeah, that's the difference. Okay, looks like let me check on the markets. Right, vertical. Okay, looks like markets are holding up fairly well. It had a nice dip of how many, almost 20-30 points. So over here, yeah, 38 points dip. It was a good dip, but I didn't short because I was waiting for the 900 level. So okay, that makes sense. I need to read more. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Even if you like, so there is no need of wasting time reading it. You can just refer to good order flow basics video from other YouTubers, and you'll understand what is bid, what is ask, what is the order book, how it is, how the transactions happen, where the transactions happen, and then the formula or the calculation for cumulative delta is going to be very easy for you to understand, right? So it won't take more than, you know, 1 day or 2 day to understand. So that's the basics, right? Because the thing is, one thing is very important for the traders to understand, that you know, you have multiple things on your chart, but if you don't understand each and every indicator to a very good detailed level, you won't be able to use it to your advantage, right? Just because a line or an indicator is on the chart, that doesn't mean you will be able to use that, you know, effectively. To use that effectively, you need to actually know how it is calculated, why is it important, in what scenarios it is going to work the best. So all those things, as a trader, it is my job to understand, right? So that's where I'm coming from, and that is why I have started this, you know, live streams and these kind of efforts to actually let people know that it is not that much easy which social media shows, right? So to bring out the right awareness is my job, and I can also give you good resources, good links to actually study, good books for the order flow. So yeah, let me know, and I would love to help, you know, people, for sure. Okay, so let me show you the other screen. So you can see over here, the 900 liquidity zone is holding up fairly well. We are not able to close above it. So this is probably the first close below the 5-day EMA. So let me show you that as well. So you can see over here, the last candle was the first close below the 5 EMA. So let's see. So guys, just a quick update. I'm in California, and I trading is my passion, but at the same time I do my daytime job, and I work from 9 to 5. So I will be closing this live stream in few minutes, and I'll go to my daytime job. But yeah, any last minute questions, concerns, thoughts, I would love to take it, and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, just to leave you with thoughts, over here 900 is acting as a good resistance, and yeah, right now it's for today's session we are almost positive biased, so the bulls are very strong. So even if we get a good pullback in the mid of the day, it would be a good buying opportunity. So I will assess the situations in the real time, and I'll do my best. But I want to leave you with that information. And okay, what do we have? Awesome, thank you. Okay, thank you for your questions as well, my friend. And I hope, you know, we can you know, do more live streams like these. And so far, the status is my mental capital is good. Made some good money in the morning, so I'm not feeling that itch to do trading more. Ideally I should be done for the day, but the very reason I stayed over here is because I wanted to see if I can have some more trades. So with that thought in mind, uh, uh, people in the chat and people in the live stream, if you have any last minute thoughts, please let me know. And if not, then we would graciously close the stream. And it looks like we are you know, going down, testing the 858 range. So the support is still, so let me show you over here, the support is still over here near the VWAP and the starting 15-minute range. So that is the support. And let me show you the book map as well before going. So the book map, if I go down, I don't see a heavy liquidity zone. I see a heavy liquidity zone over here that is around 800. So keep a, you know, eye on that, be mindful of these levels. And by this, I would like to thank you all for coming and you know, viewing my stream. And yeah, I plan to do these things more. So feel free to, comment in the chat and, do your thing. Okay, good learning session. Thank you for the live stream. Okay, thanks so much, man. I appreciate your presence, and I hope to provide, great value through these kind of, live stream sessions. And yeah, uh, take care, and don't take a lot of risk, and try to learn and try to be patient. And with those good thoughts in mind, I would like to thank you all. And now I would, close this stream. So hope to see you all tomorrow. And yeah, I would love to do this more often, right? So thank you. And okay, Fifth Nail says good stream, Advait. Okay, thanks so much, man. Thank you. Thanks for being here, and I really appreciate your presence. So thank you guys, and I'll return to my daytime job. uh, Take care, and all as always, keep learning, keep trading, and keep growing, right? All right.